Am I streaming now? Third time's a charm? Is it working? Am I live? I think I am. I can't see what's going on there. I'm having such technical issues, man. I don't believe the technical issues I'm having right now. It says I'm live, but... Okay. I think it's sorted. Hello? Oh, that was such a mess. My stream wasn't working properly for ages then. How you doing, Pipe Mouse? Oh, my laptop is fucked as well. Oh, so many technical issues. Alright. What's it doing? Felled building. I'm good, thank you. I went to get my hair cut earlier, which is pretty nice. And I've just been chilling since then. Just been chilling. Smoked a little doink. Had a Burger King. And yeah, that's about it.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately.
Thanks. Thanks, I did need a haircut. It was needed.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp.
Ah, it's just a good job I have my flashlight out.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
Ooh. There's a place that does bubble tea near where I work, and I've been tempted by it because I don't know what bubble tea is. I assume it's just like carbonated tea, sort of like soda tea. Is that what it is? I actually don't know what it is. I'm intrigued by it though, because I do like tea.
See anything?
No, Kim. I'll have a look through the magazines though.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
A notebook?
You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
I agree, Kim. We should read this like immediately.
The plain red.
Oh. Bet if I had the fishing rod, I could have done that. The fishing rods I never got the chance to get again. Damn you, Disco Elysium! Team milky or team fruity? I like both milky and fruity teas, so I'd probably be down with both. I might have to go into this place and ask for a bubble tea.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examine the
It's
cover.
made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller.
What do you do for work, Mouse, that you have time to watch me play my game?
This was
Is it
important
like an
to her
office job?
when it was still hers.
I'll examine the cover.
It's made
No, I've just
this
done
was
that.
important to
I'll
her.
unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the handwriting.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Flip through the
It's a
pages.
mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
Yeah, nice. I bet that's pretty chill. Do you ever have to like be the person who sits in an exam and like watches over everyone in the silence? I bet that's a really boring job.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
I always think about that when I used to do exams. I was just thinking like these poor people who have to just do this all day, walk around in the silence, check people aren't cheating. Must be such a boring fight, and you must feel like a proper narc as well, man. If you do catch someone like, excuse me, sir, is that a piece of paper? Get out of here! You can't cheat in exams. Man, I'm really not reading what's going on in the game. Kim, what did you say? It's good she left. What could we learn from this? What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
Cool.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish.
Vigilating? That's the word. I'm an invigilator. It's a cool word, but for a job that is not so cool. What are the diagrams on?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
How far back does it go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Lely died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
It's been about La Puta Madre.
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
This guy just pressing Control F on a notebook and scanning through for all the M's. What the fuck? How am I finding this information in this notebook? Read the entry from March 9th first.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. You didn't follow through. You should have shot her in the head.
It's a coincidence. I wouldn't have killed people from my boss.
The thought steadies your nerves. The journal stops shaking in your hand.
Read the entry from the 12th.
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people. The boys, for example. But experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic.
What?
The entry ends abruptly. The call was a courtesy. He must have held her in high regard to personally tell her he knew about her plan to run drugs for the competition.
This Laputa Magi stuff is a bit going a bit over my head. I sort of remember this from yesterday, but it happened toward the end, and I was a little bit rushed. Is Laputa Magi some like mob boss that I'm for some reason affiliated with, but I can't remember. It's the most recent entry.
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
It looks like she might have been framed.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
Kim, am I actually a Laputa Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it.
If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her.
Yeah, true.
Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does. Especially if she has problems with the Madre.
With the Madre. Then who do you think killed the Merc?
Could have been Titus. Then again...
Man, I wouldn't fuck me over. I don't know.
Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. Somewhere along the way, we might have been fed a lie or two. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags.
We do?
Questions to ask. Let's be careful, though. The tip she gave us about the tribunal was disturbing.
Sweet, got a level. Are you the Laputa Madre's peon? If you dare. Ooh, it's getting spooky. I think I am a Laputa Madre agent. I hope I am. That'd be interesting. This is a tunnel. A collapsed tunnel. What was that jacket? I remember there being a jacket. Is it here? Yeah? Yeah. How do I get out? This way. Yes. To the whirling in rags. Away! I shall go do a teleport. I don't know who did it now. I thought it was Ruby. I was led to believe I was quite close to the end of the game, but I might not be. Clear window. Oh, fast travel. I'm at the church. Oh. I don't want to run. I will, but I don't like it. I don't think it's Titus. No, it can't be. Titus seems like he's too like proud. Whoa. I did this. I've played this game for how long? This is the first I'm discovering you can zoom in and out.
Stop. Now. It is time.
For what?
Crisis. Death. You can feel it in your blue soul.
Maybe it is the end. What am I supposed to
Be
do?
prepared. Make sure you have your pepper box in your hand.
My gun.
Your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pockets.
Not sure I feel ready for what lies ahead.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
Oh shit. That's why I couldn't teleport. Okay. Where's my gun? Where's my piece? And I'll piece and a Baruski. So I'm going in with.
Holding the gun feels natural and it reminds you of the day you first... This is your gun.
I'm all out of shit
Oh fuck.
to give loincloth.
Oh fuck.
Reckoning.
Oh shit.
Put your
It's a
damn gun
old-fashioned
down.
Western standoff
People are
here.
gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right? Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
What's going on here? I didn't mean to hit myself though.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
Oh shit.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
Jesus. That's not good.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
It's fair.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior
Come on,
fire,
Titus.
and he knows it.
Peaceful.
Old hound cloning. Is that the guy up there on the left?
Fuck, she was right. That must be the third mercenary.
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting...
Ah! Oh god. We're out of time. That's not the one, because that's gonna get cut off by gunfire. Stop, this is the police. That seems like a mad one to go for. Let's walk away for now. Nah, we ain't pissing off. We're here for the... we can't piss off now. The big one's the damn scab leader. I don't think that's going to be one. Because they might hear it. Do I just go balls to the wall, stick my ass between them? Stop! This is the police! Yes.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance.
I don't fucking think so.
Now it's fucking time for some justice.
I think he's calmed down a bit. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire.
Oh, he's calmed down. I could talk to him.
You can't think that way now. This is serious.
I need to talk to him.
Pig fuck!
Easy now. No one needs to die here today.
No, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
This is getting intense.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
Such heroes standing in the middle.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle.
Fuck!
The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of
Oh,
your
shit.
feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it.
Oh, shit.
Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Get under his skin. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have,
Oh,
then move down from that.
oh my god.
Please.
It's very stressful. It's because I've got like two fucking minds telling me, oh yeah, you should do this. No, you should do that. It's like, I don't know what I should do. What should I do here? Oh man. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that, please. You brought backup from out of town?
Oh yeah, that's Rude. Rude, the killer, Hohen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
Nah, no more saves coming. What happens from here on happens to old Harry Dubois.
All of you cunts inside out.
What was that, Rude?
Rip you open.
The killer?
The gunner. The raddest. The killer.
I'm not gonna kill that dude, man. He's like fully played.
What do you think he does?
Kill.
Smart loincloth. He fucks natives up. Soldier of the apocalypse style.
Easy. Easy now.
Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did that?
Hell. I honestly think it was classy, but I don't know. Or it could have been someone else. Fuck, I don't know. It's not Titus. It's not Ruby. It's not me. It could have been me. It was me. That would be a fucking twist. I don't know if it was me. Wait, I just need time to figure it out. Fuck, I don't know, man. If it was me, Classy would absolutely not tell me, right? Fuck. There's someone else, someone who's not here right now.
How fucking convenient.
It was one of you. I do sort of think it could have been one of them. I'm on the fence. A lot of people could have gone to that roof, like Gart, the cafeteria manager. I'm not going to put out Gart. Oh my god. This is fully the standoff. Actually, they are here. It was one of you.
One of us? You saying we? What if I just shot one of your pals here right now? Huh? How about the kid? Go ahead. Tell me we fucking killed our own colonel one more time.
I'm just spitballing here, man.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit! They are fully going to shoot Elizabeth if I don't get this right. Think, why doesn't he believe me?
Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver
Oh,
in his
fuck.
armored hand, swaying, pointed at her. You move your mouth like a fish gasping for air.
She wasn't even there?
He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle.
Shit! Oh, fuck. That's irredeemable, man. You just fucking killed Elizabeth.
The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, God, she didn't kill her.
She's not. She's bleeding out. If she doesn't get help
Fuck.
in 10 minutes, she'll die.
Fuck this!
No, Eugene.
Gene! Cancel Lizzie! Now!
Oh my fucking god, this is getting real now. Oh my god. Woo! I cannot shoot this guy. I don't have the coordination. Where is Classia? She can explain this.
Who the fuck is that?
What?
Glacia, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left!
Fucking bitch. It was Classia. Fuck. What do you mean she left?
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We should have arrested her.
You can feel
Ah.
how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Fucking hell.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this.
The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this. Oh, fuck. This is all getting too real, man. Talk about hanged man. Had blue eyes. If you're drunk, look at yourselves.
Yes. So what?
Al Ghul is a trick the desert pygmies played on us. Do not succumb to it. Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this.
Nah. I'm clear as day.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this.
Think I care what that company cunt thinks?
He isn't just boasting. He really doesn't care. Back out of this now, or it'll get bad.
Okay, let me just say one thing.
Fucking waste this fuck!
Ignore her. She's not the main threat yet.
The only thing I have is to talk about the hanged man. It's the only way. Thoughts and prayers. Put your lighters up.
Dangerous.
Yes!
Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
T's and P's. T's and P's. I knew you weren't a goddamn scab leader.
Yeah. I don't fucking act so well. Laylee had a hard-on for making faces for you natives. Fucking food aid shit. That shit is done now. Trigger time.
Oh, you caught it.
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
Shit.
Corti. Cortana. Major Raoul Corti. Cortana. Friends with Lely.
Yeah, I remember.
Raoul and Lely.
I'm so pissed about fucking Classia, man.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead.
Listen, you Lily, everyone says good things about him. He was a talker.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kit-ass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. If Lely was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, Clay Monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
This one isn't used to being suited this long. She's uncomfortable. We'll open fire just to hurry things along.
He had blue eyes, didn't he, your colonel?
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down.
Bitches love blue eyes. Your colonel did not deserve to go out like that. I promise I will find his killer.
Find his killer? Cop, his killers stand right there, shitting their pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting them.
They didn't...
Shush. Blood's all gone out now. Not long to go till the rattle starts. 1 down, girl. 7 to go.
Jesus.
This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please, act.
Act! There's just no way. I've got to go for them. But they're both so low. See what this one does.
What's the matter, loincloth? Got your mouth full of dick? Think I'm gonna spare you? My brother is dead.
Kill me and you'll never find out who killed your colonel. I've been withholding information.
Rude. Kill him.
Oh shit.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His
Fuck.
hands are steady, and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
Kim, where's
From
Kim?
the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise
Oh fuck.
You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it. Is there anything we could use to protect this frail body? That gun will tear us to pieces.
I thought I was wearing the armor. Well.
A low shot rings. You feel a tapping like rain on your chest plate. Heavy drops of rain. Then the sound of dice rolling as the cuirass distributes the shot evenly from plate to plate.
I was wearing the plate.
You got hit. The armor took most of it. But still your ribcage burns. Feels like blood is slowly seeping into your
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from
Yes,
the
Kim!
lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Did he hit the rifleman?
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude staggers back.
Yes, Kim.
disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
He screamed.
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood
Oh shit,
behind
Glenn.
you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers.
Titus, what are you doing, man?
Oh God, watch out. You see 2 cold eyes looking at you. Through all the smoke and panic,
Oh.
and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger.
Look him in the
A
eye.
look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He is evil, and the end. Here it comes. Death.
Well. Take the shot, right? Or does he just shoot Titus instead, and then we don't die here?
You simply blink, then something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll.
Just shoot my dick off. Fuck.
The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Listen to the darkness and the pain.
The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you.
Phew, this is different to the first death.
Shatter glass, and then a man in pain. A familiar sound. It's Titus with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip into him. His voice, still giving orders, grows fainter. A gurgle. He's not gonna make it. Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
What parts of it?
Most of what's down there.
Oh no.
It's all gone. Open your eyes now. No. It's just a fear. Even if...
Stepmouse.
You're bleeding out.
Dialed. What is it with me? Who wants to party with me? The fat dog.
Yes, keep talking. Stay awake. Look at me.
But you can't.
Oh.
It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. A shadow towering.
No.
Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him.
No.
The lieutenant does not see
Kim.
it. He's... No.
Yes.
And hand out your... That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded.
Yes, Kim.
He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure, too, is gone. And so is Kim. And the whole world.
Fall into total darkness.
This is death. One
Shit.
more door, baby. One more door.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling.
No.
Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing.
I know. Fingers just making his appearance right here at the end.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved.
Thanks, David, first.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets
Whoa! He went at that fucking last line with a bit of brains, didn't he? That might have been his last line.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Kip?
Sunrise, Parabellum.
What did you say? Sunrise?
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Is it water there?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say.
Don't you dare hit me with the "this was all a dream" bullshit.
I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay.
Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
The room is clean.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
How long have I been out?
2 days, in and out.
That shit
You've
so
been
did
happy
happen.
enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
The piss jacket, Kim. You took it off.
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's done with the jacket.
What happened?
What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The major gave the command.
What happened then?
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the cuirass. I heard it go off. I was looking for a clear line of sight to him. I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in a hospital. Yesterday. Alain and the young musician, I forget his name, they are all that's left.
Titus is dead.
Yes. You were bleeding out.
I nodded in real life.
You warned me. I was able to disarm Cortana before he got the jump on me.
Thank you, although...
I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened.
Titus is dead.
Yes.
So you only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
And the major?
He's in a private hospital across the river. Crenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured.
There is unveiled anger in his voice.
We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage.
How many on the casualties? How many casualties on the Union side total?
6. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. And Titus.
Shit.
And Elizabeth too. Elizabeth Beaufort was her name. The gardener.
She didn't make it?
No, she bled out before Everard's surgeon could help her. Everard sent his personal doctor, but a costly loss for the Union. She was being trained for leadership.
I would have presented the theory better to that later.
She never had a chance. She should not have been there in the first place. There was no way to convince them.
That makes me feel a little bit better, Kim.
Stop this line of thought now. You're too broken for ghosts.
That's
All.
an absolute disaster.
Yes, officer. 6 people are dead. It's not a success.
You said 6 people, Kim, but your dialogue says 7.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
How bad am I hurt?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's
Well,
all
my
that.
dick's okay.
It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. The armor took the brunt of the fire.
Negligible. Negligible. Can I walk?
We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor.
I'm a psycho locomotor.
Good. You'll need to be. Whatever that is.
Has anyone from my station been seen?
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says.
Good, I don't need him.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Oh, you haven't seen any, have you?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
Really? If not my station, then who treated me? Oh, thank you.
No need.
Are you hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the butt of his gun. I try to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me.
Okay.
Easy now. How are you?
The lieutenant looks at you, teetering on your feet.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Joyce has gone?
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hangman?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
This is mad. So what, I just like, the mystery's never solved? Or I just didn't solve the mystery? This is because I'm the Laputa Madre's peon, isn't it?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
That does make some sense.
All these old bunkers and weapon caches, revolutionary, yeah.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
I can't believe they're fucking useless.
No need to be melodramatic.
The miracle hasn't happened yet. It's not over yet.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window, then back at you.
You know what I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is hard.
It really is very hard.
He sounds surprisingly weary. That concussion must be making him dizzy.
You're not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
Not really.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
I don't know.
Neither do I. Let's walk and hope something happens before you bleed to death. Classio's room is nearby. Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Oh, can I get rid of the expression?
The bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean.
Nope. I go to Kim's room. I'll lie.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift?
What could this gift be?
I am not drawing my gun. Yet. But I don't like gifts.
Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
Seems she left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
This window is pristine, at least on the inside. A red thread has been taped to the glass using adhesive tape.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Ah.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position is it in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain, ending him.
So it wasn't Claudia.
The red thread bisecting the room shows the trajectory of the bullet.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Where's the thread laid?
Maybe if you extrapolate all possible points of origin first, the thread will make sense. Ruby ruled this out vehemently. The shot would have been heard from downstairs, where no one heard it. The likelihood of A prime has fallen drastically. You may be looking for a sniper. The shot had to come from a greater distance. According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in. The man does not know the bullet has entered.
B.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Let's have a look at point B, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Islet?
1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea.
Isn't
as
it
you
islet?
saw in the coin-operated view.
How do you say that?
The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 8B and 33A. The angle would have been extreme and access to the islets is questionable, but it is a possibility. Then there's the thread the witness left. She did have a first-hand view of the event. Perhaps she found something in the outer reaches of her memory of it. You need to inspect it. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime. The island in the bay.
She's trying to tell us the shot came from the islet.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
There are ruins on that islet, as some can see, for I saw it for the coin-operated viewer.
I remember.
How did she know to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
This is a wise sign she's sorry.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make?
It's one of the few places in my lives we haven't been to.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Maybe we need to go to the island.
He is trying to justify it to himself. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person. But
What else is there?
Not a lot, no.
I don't have anything to say. This is just something we have to do, Kim.
I understand.
he will. He has it in him.
Kim, let's go to the fucking island.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had her sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian the net picker, she's towing a boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Blink.
Two neon-lit shapes. A
No.
man.
That wasn't what I wanted. I want the stairs. Interesting. I thought I'd fucked it all up then, and I wasn't going to actually find out who did it. And I was going to get the bad ending. I got.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did, thank you. Big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire.
You're damn right I did.
Defended maybe putting it a bit generously, though. I had a great view of you doing nothing to stop those psychopaths. Then
I was in the way.
Bullet started flying.
I took a couple bullets.
Anyway.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by. In the danger zone, so to say.
Nah, you weren't really in the danger zone.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that.
Where'd everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Yeah, I guess you are a badass.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I die.
Oh, God.
He means it. It's not just boasting.
It's the man with
I
sunglasses.
don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must
Wow.
be a fad.
Cool, thanks.
No problem.
Bye. Go to the island. Oh, this guy's still here.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man clenches his fists.
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon. Elaine, look. It's the cowardly
Excuse
cop.
me?
Huh?
He's very
Our condolences for your losses.
Is he okay?
Does he look...
He does not. His unshaven face is almost grey, and he reeks of piss, sweat, and booze. While still alive, he has abandoned his own body to decomposition.
Yeah, I suppose that was a dumb question.
No shit, Marlon.
Bye.
Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. It's not easy being a cop. We were too hard on you. Both of you. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight. Matinees owes you one.
Is that right?
That's kind of you to say. Take care of your friend, okay?
I will. You take care of yours.
A sharp pain shoots up your side and into your stomach. You must not look too good. Luckily, it passes.
Fuck. Oh. What's this say? Je sais. What?
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
Je serai directeur pres de... Test this something. I don't speak French. But let me...
This was Cindy the Skull.
That's what Cindy the Skull finally found the words for a masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it. Yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Shit.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Step back, Lieutenant.
The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling. What if the words are not directed at the people of Martinez?
Disco Elysium!
Even the coalition aerostatics above the city.
Imagine if the credits roll after I just yell out.
Even those.
You've been released, Martinez. God, I'm on my way. Instead, say nothing, stare grimly into the flames.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently.
It's like a Viking burial.
The fire falters. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames...
Cool. I've got to go this way, right? Why is it so zoomed in? Ah.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's Renner?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But
Gone where?
he's really gone. Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt.
Was he killed?
Oh, he would have liked that. Violent lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to go. Sadly, it was not the case.
I don't care how that guy died, he was a bit of a prick. I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes. We are both very sorry for your loss.
Oh, I can go back, it's just up there.
I just don't know anymore. About anything.
What does that say? I'll go back round. Je serai. I don't know what this bit, because it's sort of covered. So this is TOI. What does that say? I didn't know you spoke French, Mouse. I mean, I assume that's French. Did you see it? Did you do a translate? One day I'll return near to you. That's very, Oh shit, no way. I might actually have known that and I've forgotten, but... That is cool. That's a weird thing for someone to graffiti on the floor. I wonder what that is in reference to. One day I'll return near to you. To be fair, a lot of people did die there.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
I got shot in the foot. It was pretty badass. You would have liked it.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about.
See the other guys, they're all dead. I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
To get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
We'll try.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Me and Kim are going on a boat trip.
Aye.
Not a longer term.
Crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
Thank you.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
I can't never ask her because Kim's always around. Damn you, Kim. Lillian is keen.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you.
Let's go.
Have you made all the necessary preparations?
Oh, this is the end.
Closed all your accounts?
I haven't.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Yeah, I'm ready. I've been ready for the end this entire stream. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
Wait, what? How else do we blast Sad FM on our way to the island?
Fine. Let's blast Sad FM then.
Get in and ride to the island. Oh. And I've got the boombox out as well. ISL. ISL. Oh, she can't hear me. She's probably ignoring me. This is pretty cool though. I like this. One day I'll come back to you. Ah. I wonder if I'm going to get copyright striked for this. This is pretty cool. Ah, this is music that's like already in the game, but it's now got words. The day trip. Isn't that far at all? I wonder what's here.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence.
Let's go.
Let's.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
So it's a lantern.
Yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Cool.
ICM. This feels familiar somehow.
What's this ICM?
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The black and white army of the revolution.
Oh.
Sounds an awful lot like
RCM?
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
A white star?
No. An upside-down star.
Oh, yeah.
with its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
Are those spec stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
Archipelago?
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What's it still doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Cool. Careful, these stairs have collapsed.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures, among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories. You find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Look at these four totally different spectrum answers here. Rigorous and truthful. Deranged, commie ranting. Downbeat dribble for people who can't get shit done. A book. Left wing. I have no comments, do you?
Ouzia. Humanitarian sciences. Stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Revachol West anymore.
I'm not getting political here.
It's making a strong comeback. After all,
kids dig this stuff. There's plenty of it in that student's room at the apartment building.
That one student did have some, yes. It's still out of the ordinary.
the little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
What do you think this means?
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Cool.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
A mattress on top of a pile of books.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Maybe a little shy, just now.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed.
Curl up with your knees close to your chest.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close
sleep
until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
Evening?
Sleep.
Sleep. Where's Kim? 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 I swear to God, best not fuck with Kim. You fucking my sweet boy Kim. I'll not be happy. How the fuck do I get to the beach? Kim! Where the fuck do I... I don't know where I'm going. I can't talk out either. Shit. How do I get out? Am I being really dumb? How do I get out? I'm lost. I need you, Kim. I don't know how to get out. Shit. Where? I'm sure it was this way. But I can't like get my menus up or anything. I don't know where I'm going. Oh man. What is this? Ah. Well. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Kim? Kim? I don't like this music. It's the what? I will not be able to deal with Kim dying, man. See her footprints on water. What?
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
Am I dead?
Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go. This is the Holy Queen of the territories of Mwindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic knowledge we could glean. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win her back. Win her back. How does that fit in here? And what is the Holy Suzerain doing here anyway?
Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1,000,000 kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime. I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
Hey. I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry? Well, I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads.
Do you miss me though?
Sometimes. Not as often as I used to. So much time has passed. More than it seems here.
This is everything I always warned you about.
This is a mad scene. It is sort of implied that Harry did lose a girl along the way. I assume this is her. So
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
I'll say.
Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder, silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway.
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I know, man. I know you still love me. I did it. Did I do it? Did I get away with it? come to and I'm kissing fucking...
Your feet
Kim.
still tremble from the steps you took, as if
failed.
over an enormous distance, standing against her.
Whoops.
Her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back.
You're not kissing me back.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Oh. Oof. Oof. That is awkward.
You. When she withdrew and you held onto her hand, she
that much more awkward doing all the other stuff
and see the expression there.
But I'm okay.
Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
I don't... Yeah, I was 92% on that. That's it.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
I love our suggestion was like, what the fuck, dude? How did we miss that?
I'm pregnant.
Is it mine?
Of course not.
Oh.
I terminated yours.
Oh.
Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck.
Jesus.
Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions.
Fuck you, Dolores.
Let's talk about something else.
No. This has to. More questions. Ask more.
That's not a very good way of things to be.
It's not. But...
That's it?
That's it, yes. We've talked about it 1,000,000 times. You will get over it.
You're right. I don't even remember who you are anymore. Fuck you.
See? It just takes some time. For you, it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me, too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear you're still making her sad.
So much time.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
Doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again.
No, Harry. We can't.
Why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice, and then give up. By that logic, not you too.
Okay, I won't ask anymore.
She does not seem relieved at all.
Don't go.
No, don't say it. Don't beg. It will only make her go.
Please?
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
But can't we have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria on the corner.
No. That would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me. At the cafeteria, dust, hell, and tragic comedy.
Whew. What does this do, Morova?
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here.
My life is so much better now I'm not with you.
Everything here reminds me of you, and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying
It's pretty
love.
brutal, man.
I have to wipe
Oh,
it
Harry,
all
did
off
what?
me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into.
Yeah. Need to be this way.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
Over again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
Oh, that was weird. My PS4 might run out of charge then for a sec. I think it's okay. It like cut out really weirdly, and when she said like a year, 2 year, 5 years ago, it went 5 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 years ago. It kept like repeating that last bit. I thought, shit, is this the game doing this? Is it just being weird? But no, here's my PS4 remote running out of charge.
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young.
Suffocatingly
and I smell
beautiful.
of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
It's a good way to describe. It's a good pickup line. You know, babe, you are suffocatingly beautiful.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death, or war, or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry.
Oof.
See you tomorrow.
Oof. Well, that was oh, yep, that was a dream. Here I thought Kim was going to be dead. I swear down, if Kim does die, I will not be happy.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Let's solve the fucking case. I don't want to talk about it. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim.
I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was it a job dream?
No, it was an ex-wife dream.
The lieutenant nods solemnly. I understand. We've all been through similar things. It can be overcome.
Swallow the blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island, centimetre by centimetre. That's the next step in the task chain.
Okay.
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Okay. Let's go the way that I went. No. This way.
You see a small
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
Alright, we opened the big one. Do you see the controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
What's on the other
Another
side?
part of the island, probably. The lock look...
old cylindrical the lieutenant put...
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister
I don't know
up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid
I'll pick
pours
up
out,
everything there.
and the room there's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
What are these wires
downstairs, somewhere?
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
Oh, I like this. This is like classic Disco Elysium. I thought I'd explored everything. Nice little bit to explore at the end there. Assuming this is the end.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel. The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
Where is this thing?
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
I got that. Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
Emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Nice. Oh, it's taking a while.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you.
I'm scared. What's that?
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up.
I'm not scared, let's go. Might as well use my levels. Oh, I need that. Walk slow, it might be dangerous. I don't think so. That dinghy. It's not a dinghy. Ah, who's this?
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I feared the generator that used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It was not sad. It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness, a weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Jesus, man. You need to fucking go out. Well, I say go outside, but you are outside. Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Like a rifle, is that exactly?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the ball.
So I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further with the police. With the police, you can keep the gun, but keep it down, not one move.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Authority. I have quite high authority.
The words, "I am an enemy commander," sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be, dog?
I think I'm Lieutenant W. Freya.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Pick it up.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand.
This is mine now.
Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
You don't want this gun anymore? What does pederast army mean? That flew over my head.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's just like he said.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
This is jacketed ammunition, 446.
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
I didn't know that's what. I didn't know pederast meant Peter. That's a good word. You pederast.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze.
You
his
did this.
Right arm twitches suddenly.
Deserter. You got me shot.
This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the Army of the Revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07. trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
I was on for 43 years.
No. I've been on other islands too.
Oh.
I was in a resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
You've been holding for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
That's insane.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
But what did you kill?
He just couldn't.
Couldn't give up.
He nods, but he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Why did you kill Lily?
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41. 2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt black letters splashed across the plaza mosaic. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
One day I will return to your side. Is apparently what it was meant to mean. That was, you were close. You're like right there. You just didn't get to your side, but to be fair, the last word was a little bit smudged out, so I can forgive that.
Always waiting.
For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Good Frenching. Good French. Absolute quality French.
Girl child revolution.
Girl child revolution.
Always.
I'm afraid she's gone.
The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for our revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
What has he done? Perhaps a confession will lighten the load.
What have you done then?
Yes, what? To get things going again? Fan the flame?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world, of our dreams.
So you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Understood.
Well done. I won't explain it to a minion of capital.
Fucking hell. Why is this place this island?
It's not an island, Dwat.
Dwat.
It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing? Retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Murderers? I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis.
Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
Okay. How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
That's a choice. You could have become self-employed, create the system.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables, supplies. It's the life of a dog.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over. We can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
You kept mentally.
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
I also live in hell.
At least you know it. The traders of this city turned the lights back on in the 30s, after the fighting stopped. Ruins, glittering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
I remember the Tens.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted.
Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
The weapons cache in the St. Ghislaine in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Belmer graves, right?
They what?
Useless now. Rusted away.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
The small bunker under the Feld building, have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Oh, yeah, oh, sorry. Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
So this is your timeless surrender?
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
That's right. What were the good guys?
Murderers. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. The enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste Insolent. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
So you're a communist soldier from the communist army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
Okay.
Like you belong to the Moralist Party.
Oh. I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using that gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Yeah, but gather that.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
Oh.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Wait, so which one's what, Sarah? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
You are wrong all the time, Suggestion. Fuck you. For always being wrong. Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Cornell?
The who now?
The corpse in ceramic armour, hanging behind the wall and in rags. Did you shoot him?
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession.
I need your cooperation. I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
Oh, bastard.
So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Stop changing the subject. We have to.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Whew, dramatically ask. You think we have the murder weapon? I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Yeah.
Murder.
Like a marionette on some invisible string. This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more.
I don't know what I'm thinking. Forget. Oh God, I've got nothing at all.
You see the lieutenant watch you try to stimulate thought processes by hitting yourself. I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does something for you.
Officer, a word?
No, almost there. Just let me have a few more punches.
Almost where? Almost ready to bleed to death.
No, come on. A word. Let's go.
Oh. Okay. So, little chat.
I think we may have this.
You think you did it?
From nothing to this in a day. This is good, Lieutenant Gefreiter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later.
How do you think the question is going?
Good. We are doing very good. He wants to confess, I can see that. We just need to pile it on a little more. The more we have on him, the closer he is.
You hear that? He thinks you're this close.
What can I put on him to get him to fess up?
He's a communard. The victim was a mercenary. From Oranje. If everything else fails, get him talking politics. You could even tell him we already have a motive.
Shit. What am I missing? What haven't I done?
Ballistics. Let him cook here for a minute or two. We can have another look around the island for a sniper's nest. I think we should check out the post.
It doesn't have to hold in court. Just establish a line of sight and he'll do the rest himself.
Okay, let's do this.
Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone. He likes him for this.
Ooh.
A lot. But there's something more, too. He thinks the deserter has more than just this case in him. 44 years here.
You think he has more in this case?
Oh, yes. And he hasn't spoken to anybody in a long time. If we get him open, who knows what will pour out.
Give him a little pat on the back. Pat, pat. Oh, where's the sniper's nest? Good job, Kim. We've nearly got him. We nearly got him, Kim. bet this sniper's nest is out here, where I spoke to that lady. Oh.
A strange feeling, looking at the water, with a bottle in your hand.
Shake your head. No! I'll go back to that. Oh, maybe not. Hong Kong. Look at that sort. Nope. Maybe it's not this way. Don't probably look a bit. Do you know I've snapped it from any of this points here? Or have I just missed something again? Maybe it is out this way. No, I'll just go towards her. Ah. I'll get in there. Let me in. Let me in! How do I get in there? Around this way? No. But that's where I have to go. It must be out this way. Huh.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
This looks like a good place to aim from.
Inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns.
A good place to hide. Cozy. Relatively safe from the rain.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Cleaning.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartment. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling in Rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling in Rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
There it is. There's this fucker.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
Yeah, there's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see the roof.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
You're right.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress. He's conflicted for a second. There's guilt there. It takes him.
Let's try to think like him. I think that people had to talk. Maybe not all of them. I wonder if you could actually get it so then people don't die. Oh, motherfucker. I know where you shot. I got you now.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
We talk about you killing him.
Petty bourgeois law. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types.
Tear into him again. Pile it on him.
We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You have been here a long time, Mr. Droz. Too long. You need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
It's the best uninterrupted line of sight to that window in all of my days.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Just because you're on the side of the union, right? It was political.
The Debardeurs Union is a social democratic piss stain. And the fat bourgeois pig who keeps it.
You did it. You had the means and the motive. It's over.
Over? It was over when they shelled the coast and bodies ripped apart from the pressure. It was over then for all of us. You fucks don't understand. The ordnance, the mist of blood. It's beyond belief, their aggression, when you attack their class interests.
I'm sorry for what happened, but we are not with the moral intern. We are Revacholian citizenry, like you.
You're the enemy! You're halberdiers of the market liberal regime!
Okay,
He would really, really get riled up if you said.
We're 10 times more radical than you. We're radical centrist. We keep this place sane.
You call this sane? Every 20 seconds there's a gunshot. Kids shooting shit while they come and pick them. Fucking child molesters. You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a soldier too. He was a man.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
So you killed him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less.
Fucking gotcha, bitch.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
Gross.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
It's fucking wanking off to class here for your scope.
And if you don't like it?
You pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift. Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
I know, right? This guy's caused such chaos. When did you first see the deceased?
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on her galley. Her honor guard came in tow.
Let me Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep.
Wrinkled up whore.
What is it with these whores and pederasts? Aren't you a communist?
Black sexual morals are a bourgeois ploy. As to pederasty, the party legalized it in '04. My party, not your liberal masters. So don't you sermonize me, you racist shithole. It's still bourgeois when the bourgeois does it, fiddling with their sexual organs.
Don't you sermonize me, you racist shithole.
Some strange glandular process takes place in him at
any
the
racist.
Like yeast rising.
You sermonize me, you racist shithole.
And anger too, in addition to loneliness.
Moving on, the victim arrived sometime after her.
They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment out for all to see. Reactionary radio playing, sloppy and drunk. I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and masked phalanx weren't conscripts. Boys like us. They were whites. All they know is to destroy and hurt.
Cool.
Hurting the strike breakers like that. I kept an eye on them.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
That's gross, dude.
This man has seen past her, like you did. And now he longs to see her covered in blood.
I mean, she was a bit of a bitch. But I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
To punish her.
How long had you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
And beautiful.
That, too.
How could you see what she looked like? You said it was dark.
The sun came up. Her hair was like cobwebs. She smoked more fags and snorted a line of whatever shit she was on, right there. She needed it just to move.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
Some kind of hidden container of the curse. She looked into it.
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No. I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean...
Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks. And a body.
Face like an archipelago.
Hard, lean, bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revershal's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
Pigeon's asshole.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
How did you see all this, the bruises that she was beaten?
I'm not blind, am I?
Yeah, but how long had you been watching her? Oh no, I've already asked that. How did you get close enough to see the bruises, Mr. Dross?
I have my ways.
What ways? Tell me.
Not in this lifetime, Dwat.
You got close enough to fucking scope her from... You must not have always been on this island, I suppose.
On her. This one's gone. Make up somehow. Connect something else. Fast. You lost it. You're a bad detective. Lazy and bad.
That's cool. I've already gone. I don't need to be perfect.
No, it's not. Fix this now. Move on extra carefully. Be incredibly minute.
You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing in her wake.
True.
See you tomorrow, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. Burning.
You saw through her. So did I.
You're delusional. There's nothing to see in the soul of the bourgeois woman. It's the same as the surface. Sick hedonism and desperation.
I don't think like that.
No one gives a shit what you think.
Okay.
You and your cronies kill 10 working class men a day. I've heard the statistics on Channel 8. Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
So I'm sure I pressed X then.
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
She's just been killing people. One more thing about this woman.
Woman.
It wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away. I don't know where she is.
Good for her. That girl kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, this last week, kept staring at the island. At night, crying or smoking on the roof, like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Rivershell, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucerne Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south.
That's probably classier.
Smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible, if she didn't squint her eyes. There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The ruins of a seafort stick out of the water, built by Philippe II, reappropriated by the Commune, then lost in the landing. He's there, doing what exactly I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where? As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
We could get more. We've got
that was interesting. A little bit of side story on what everyone else is up to. There's like two cops. Well, the two cops who were in the world in rags at some point. I assume they're waiting for me to come back on the boat.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Are you looking at anything else you liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins. In their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare.
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Anything more?
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
Oh.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Coyamorang, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Jesus. Okay then.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
Now I have some questions about this.
We did good when we pushed him under the horse car.
Oh, this guy is really going on.
Those disco whores.
Fucking hell. Speak some French then.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center.
Definitely is giving big pedo vibes.
Sensical sputter. Ask about that cock on parade too. Make sure you get everything here.
Disco horse.
traitors.
You mentioned the Union is a social democrat, and Mr. Clare, a farce of a social democrat. What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Who's a disappointment? Everett Clare.
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Doesn't Everett run the Union?
That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those East Revachol universities. He talks a big game about uprising and alienation and so on.
He's been sweet-talked by this Edgar. They must have met in person for such animosity to have developed.
Well, the first people you've met from the city, are you? Are we?
You can't live alone.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
Fucking Twitch bots.
Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
Have you approached him?
I haven't approached anyone. I've hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left, wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
When was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
That's around the time the Clares came to power.
What did you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and charity, too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
And he let you be here?
Let me be here? The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
Did you kill the Cornell mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
The cock parading in his colourful uniform, you mean Renee?
Every fucking morning. For 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June.
That game is just not working class enough.
Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself.
I don't like it.
Clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A Patank maniac race traitor.
Jesus. Well, I don't know about that.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were that one. Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross, Shoot me.
He whispers with such predatory hunger, it borders on longing.
Definitely back off now, calm down.
Calm down? I'm not angry. I adore him. He reminds me of everything we fought for. At least we killed that Fisek and his kingsman.
Still between him and Edgar.
The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water.
20 years ago when you met Edgar, the Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they?
He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist behind the dark bend.
Who did?
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
Bordering on sentimentality, it drips out of him, tempered by something familiar to you.
And
a familiar
just
rage.
Disappeared.
Called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away. Vanished like a piss stain.
No, that's not quite it, is it?
Did he kill this girl? This,
Did
person?
she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it?
No, I guess it was not.
Edgar had someone made the call. Why is that, Mr. Josh?
She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is, the bend in the river.
Why?
Because she was dead.
How come?
Because the cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal, grasping her tit and drowned.
Fuck.
Or
They're
bled.
spilling the
Hard to
beans
say.
now.
It was a sloppy job on a moving target.
This guy's been killing like politicians.
She
and
was
all sorts of
going
fucking
home,
people.
waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins were black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her, and the ruins.
So you killed her.
Someone did. Or maybe the cow just fell. The past is blurry. All I know...
Another big spike of rage. Different from the one he has for her.
Nothing changed. Not in the material base. Not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled. Sogged. Nothing came of it. Nothing.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic.
Sure.
A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here, in a moral intern cell. I will not testify to anything.
But you did do it.
I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it on Channel 8, 40 AM, Radio Revachol, late night. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled.
The same old freezing hatred. There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody. And the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a little nod to proceed.
Cool.
Glad? It's all gone.
I'll pass you about the people you don't
His
like.
lip curls into a snare.
No, I don't.
Glad? It's all gone.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain or the cough. or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
I suppose I deserve that for the 90-something that I missed earlier. He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed. He speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
By what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief, despair.
Dementia.
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something? Not only the painkillers he's clearly on.
Are you on some kind of psychoactive substance?
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this city.
It's not a downer, rather an upper.
Are you
judging
on
by his snap.
Like some kind of decadent rock star.
You okay?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
Iziov Leonidovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of the Colonel Colonel here in Martinez.
What?
Bang.
But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand?
Oh.
Do you understand?
Oh.
But...
You understand, sir?
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
Unlucky, mate.
He is a brave man. Why is he unraveling? He's not afraid of jail. He's afraid of something else. Like parting from a loved one.
That's because he's got to come out from being in hiding.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Does it have room for free?
Not really. We could escort him to the...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
He watches him there while I come back for you.
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Something is happening. Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
Maybe I can just ask that netpicker to watch.
This is no harmless old man.
I know that the people are there.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
You could come back for me once you've taken him to the precinct. I could come back for you once I've taken him to the precinct.
Okay, how about I take him to the precinct and you wait on the island?
I'll do it. Let's not get into this.
This world? What are you talking about?
Your skin is crawling suddenly.
Yo. Oh shit. It's the fucking Phasmid, man.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds
Yo.
from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Has that been there the entire time? Blink.
It's still there. An unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin hovering in place.
I knew it! What is that?
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect?
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun rise.
I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
Yes!
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
It is pretty creepy. If I saw something like that, I would be creeped the fuck out.
Be very, very careful.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something that's not there. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
Okay, I've got so much odds on getting this. I should just fucking go for it.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
That's a loud helicopter. Raise your hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little
weird little
eyes detect motion, glittering.
Bit toward
the
the end.
world stands still around you.
I'm glad the incident in Phasmid did come back. I was intrigued if that was going to just end up being it was just all bullshit.
No. Stop. Be afraid.
Raise your hands here.
As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. They are white, like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The invertebrate stops, raising its scythe-like arms and tilting its tiny head.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
Nice.
The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands
it's not bullshit
before you.
The phasmid is real.
I got it.
For all time.
Reach out and touch the creature's
The
whisker.
antennae hang from a great height.
Jeez.
With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
This is weird.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Wipe it off.
Feels like nothing. The arthropod in front of you stays
Lick your
frozen.
finger. Carefully pad sidelock forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much light. A sudden
Wow.
shiver passes the limb. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off. In a swaying.
I exist.
Oh shit. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
It's wunderbar.
Yes, holy is the Lord of hosts, and all the earth is filled with his glory.
As if that was a fucking option.
Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness being intruded upon. Transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds. Tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless. So light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. And if I did, it would never ache.
You're the type of animal I would like to be.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Why'd you ask?
Sometimes, when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
That's cool.
No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
You don't have a foot there now.
Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
What am I fucking doing here? I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
I was born to detect you.
Yes. No one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years. I dithered, out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
This is my masterpiece.
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
She's got a real, like, fucking spooky voice, man. Stream, what is happening?
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
She's a bit of a creep. Perhaps it was sent to us by God.
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Yum yum. What the fuck, man? What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution
Just blend in very well.
of the occupation.
I'm intrigued if I might have to go back and see if it was there the whole time.
Here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions.
What?
Until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
Well, are you poisonous?
Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry, it is only destructive over long periods of time.
Cool.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
Are you the miracle?
No, you are the miracle.
How?
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
I don't have that kind of power.
You are a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you.
Life of Kim's
Given
here and all
enough
this.
time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing.
I don't want to know.
Also, very, very dangerous.
Am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
Forget it.
No. What's going on? I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
No, there is one more.
Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
Oh well.
She was held on Earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Cool.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
That was fucking trippy. Weird fucking reed monster. See ya.
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should...
What now?
I forgot about this guy, man. Shit.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
What's that? No, secondo. Yeah, it doesn't look like I actually can. Should go speak to this guy.
What is it? What do you want from me?
How could you not see the phasmid?
See.
Mr. Doras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Wave your hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What's happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
Yeah, probably.
The appearance of the Phasmid in conjunction with the stress of the arrest. He spent his entire life here. For him to leave would be...
I thought...
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Damn, that was a long conversation. Whoa. Okay. To the mainland.
The skiff is swaying on the waves.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you
I was
get
looking
in.
at my phone.
2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Where are the detectives?
Look what the tide brought in.
Ah, Disco. Let's speak to this guy on the phone.
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it. Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, man. Oh, I seems bothered by it.
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it? That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Yeah, I'm a cop in a goddamn exoskeleton.
Actually, are you? Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on, it's hard to tell.
Vic, calm down.
Forget all this, there's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Oh, that dude.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
Yeah.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
No, Kim, you got my back, let's destroy him.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
What is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond idiotic. You should never address her using those words again.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
A sign of his establishment, he still betrays me?
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
Yeah, I lit it on fire. It was a poetic gesture.
I knew it. Didn't I tell you, Trant? I told you it was our shit kid.
The line is from Lou Giatun's Mirova 82, isn't it? About girl-child communism, the titular returning character, the ghostly apparition of... Good choice, Harry.
Don't encourage him, Trant.
Okay.
You aren't the man with the sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
Actually, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
Judging by the familiarity you feel toward him, 2 years minimum? Or maybe a short but close stint on the task force. He's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time.
I'm sorry I didn't recognize you before.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither did he, actually. We're just worried.
That's right. Worried. I'm always worried about you. Every time you don't show up to work, or when you do but stink, you're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Everyone worries. Instead of working.
Oh, guys. So Trent Hiddleston turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Hiddleston.
Yes, I'm Trant Heilestam. I never said I wasn't Trant Heilestam.
What was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
What was up with all the interesting history spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
Him being there with his son, it was not a coincidence. It's difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also interested in the Feld building.
So what special consulting are you doing here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
Yeah.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab later, this. Tell me at least you are who you said you were.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisuragi. Still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Good.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
You mentioned the task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trant fucking Heidelstam, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit.
Wow.
Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Trant because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
So get out, Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were.
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G-Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
He sincerely thought it was going to be amusing. For both of you.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
They're your posse. Or what remains of it. Hand-picked. Hand-lost.
Shit.
The 41st isn't...
Where have you been all this time? That was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off.
Doesn't ring any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
I do have brain damage in this game.
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors. He talks without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia. Episodic and semantic. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
I drank so much I lost my memory, and I'm now slowly recovering it.
He is. He's getting better. And I can confirm that he drank a lot of alcohol prior to it happening.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drinking.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
Uh-huh.
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
That do the spirits.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
A cretin?
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership. Now.
I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on the dizzy?
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Hold on, in the ocean?
Yes, in the ocean, under the sea.
I drove into the ocean when I was drunk.
So refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
I got my badge right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic. And Patrol Officer Minnow picks it up and gives it back to you, slippery and cold.
He found it. It's his badge. I can confirm.
And your gun?
Here we go again. Lost gun. Lost gun.
My gun's right here.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I quit drinking forever. It's only me in this boring hellhole now.
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then, huh?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain Classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
I didn't.
We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Classier, she was some kind of spy from the accident, specially trained.
Oh, well. If she was specially trained. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect who also escaped. Yeah.
Nah, she had some
something.
fucking super sound.
Or the fact that you're
Tank
ever Claire's
machine.
little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 9 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I also solved the case. It's solved. All of it.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
Okay.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
Prick.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
Shit. Kim's got my back.
On the case?
On me.
On Lieutenant Yofretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
Yes.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day. It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist, a man of the center, not prone to political outbursts, which is commendable, but also at odds with his behavior. Other still, he is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know, but he is vocal on both of them.
Whoops. This is the judging of how I played the game.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the constant smoking everywhere, all the time. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped working on the case. He is tireless, madly driven. And he solved it, near perfectly. In 1 week we have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator. Locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds, I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall.
Boom shakalaka, motherfucker!
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
It's probably not connected per se, but the perpetrator knew of its existence.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
You're damn right.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
Also, the phasmid was a female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Observation.
Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species. We're probably talking conservation efforts here.
I think it emits a chemical that makes it look even more like reeds.
Yes. That would be a pheromone. A pheromone that's seemingly beneficial to the host. It usually stimulates the affected nervous system. Not a human's, of course, but perhaps a predator's?
The perpetrator seemed intoxicated somehow, like an addict. It's just a hunch, but...
There are species of bees that, under the influence of pheromones, take wasp larvae to their hives. Ants do the same with aphids, thinking they're... Do you think this is how it stayed hidden?
Nothing is off the table. But I want to stress this. The find does not have to be connected to the case. The case is 100% prosecutable, without any pheromones.
Of course, Lieutenant. Of course. We should treat the case and the phasmid as completely separate from each other. People are not going to...
They're not going to go for this speculation in the constabulary.
It had mandibles that looked like hair. It was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
This is a win.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it...
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead, or no.
The killer, Lilianovich Dross, we have strong motive for him.
Lilianovich? A revolutionary matronym.
I don't time this, straight to motive. A revolutionary matronym.
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
Cool.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Was it jealousy? It wasn't really jealousy, was it? Killed a mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the Union.
And it worked? He got a war going?
Yes, until we stopped it. He saw the mercenary as an ennemi combattant. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from, as far as motive is concerned. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
It's way more than that.
It's more than that, it's a perfect folding mechanism, like a phasmid.
Perfect folding mechanism? Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
The previous head of the Dead Union was assassinated by our killer.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez, where Everard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
Understood.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything Union-related, for political neutrality.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
There's also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know I found
The
him?
body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Nothing. It's not important.
Yeah, honestly. It doesn't sound too important, since it's not connected to the case, or a giant living organism.
I confiscated drugs from Kuno's death.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
So what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species, and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks. So, maybe this time.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Well, I have a few questions before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
But before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of found sportswear I've amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy.
When was this? When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
So in Kuran? I was a gym teacher there.
Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Assel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Why did I join the RCN then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
Ah.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
They do always mention about how I run around everywhere. I love that that's come back. Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Some chick, yeah?
Dora something. Dora England. Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Not Dora Dubois.
Wait, Dora England?
Something like that. Half Vazan.
So you weren't even married?
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
Where was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it? What the hell is wrong with you?
6 years?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Heartbreak Welkin.
Heartbreak Welkin.
Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No.
Suspect seems to think I was.
You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41. What kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big. Which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torson and McLean?
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
And the Sea Wing is?
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
He's anything but a loser. Although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
And Prices?
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
Ooh.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go in there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast.
So we're in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Oh, Kim's such a good guy. The Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Hey.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Yeah, man.
She is going to be over the moon.
She is?
Watch out, or she'll faint.
Oh, Kim, what are you gonna do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
Do you want to move to my station?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Rivershoal.
Come to my station, Kim. We'll do it together. Me and you, bros against the world, man.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Do you want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
You absolutely can, Kim.
Would fit him. I'm crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Ah.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Yeah, I got a trophy for that. Yes, yes, Kim. Fuck yeah, man. That was sick. I'm ready.
Good.
Oh.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Yay. Yay. I did it. I done did it. I felt like I did get the good ending as well. Hey. He's even helping me out. So just go through the door. I think that's it. Yeah. Sick. I wonder if I had to speak to, what's her name? The lady about the phasmid. That was good though. That was a good ending. I don't know what we're going to play next. I've been playing this game since like last November. That's how long it's taken me to complete this game. Oh fuck, it is a good game though. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I don't think I can skip these credits. That's okay though. These people are more than welcome to scroll past. You do you. Congrats guys, you made a good game. It's Christina Argo did a lot. I'm seeing her name a lot appearing on these credits. Shit, TV's gonna turn off. Please don't copyright strike me. Twitch. I don't know if this is real music. Oh, all the voices. Carry the crypto-fascist. To be fair, there's actually quite a lot of people voicing. I thought it was all done by the same guy, or like the majority of it. I know like the inside voices are done by the same guy. Yeah, that's look at all that. Oh, I think that one on the left was just the first one. This is the director's cut, so it had extra dialogue in it. Well. Hurry up. Very hard to exploit a handicapped person. I don't remember anyone called that. Jiangdong. Oh my god, these are some real long credits. I don't want to cut it off in case there's like shit at the end. Like a little post-credit scene, yeah. I bet there isn't. Disco Walder. Just gonna go through every language. Please like that. I'll stick around, either way. Who made this game? I don't want to fucking switch. I just want to look at the Wikipedia. Was the developers don't even have their own Wikipedia page. It's pretty mad. Respect though. It's fucking. This is the only game they've ever made. It's a fucking good one. It is a mad. I'm reading about the setting and stuff now. It's a fucking mad game. Apparently they took like years to write up all the background on it. That's mad. It did feel very fleshed out. Mankind, be vigilant, we loved you. That's a strange tagline. Yep, that's it. Cool. Wow. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll be back. Playing a different game, probably. At some point in the future. Au revoir. See you later.